Commander's destination ahead. Looks like we're in for quite a ride.
We're not flying into that scramble, are we?
My gods, grow a backbone. Scared of a little weather? On your feet. We survived. Somehow.
One chapter ends, another begins.
Our forward propulsion shorted out. What was that?
I think... it's hard for me to actually say, but... I think a bloodstone just exploded.
A bloodstone? Then how are we still alive?
Good question. But others might not have been so lucky. I'm going down to scout for survivors. See if I can piece together what happened and why the blast reversed itself.
Watch your back and let me know what you find out. We'll try to get this bird running again.
Canuck was supposed to meet me here. Hope he and his troops were out of range. Ah, members of the Pact.
Bloodstones! Slit your throat!
Commander, are you still alive?
They've been consumed by bloodstone magic. I hope they rest in peace. White mantle. But they're different.
The magic is mine!
Be ready to run!
Their spirits seem to have been freed from the bloodstone. The explosion. How long were they imprisoned? Why? I've heard stories of humans sacrificing each other on bloodstones. What mental scars they must bear. A large chunk of the bloodstone's still intact. And these foul things... This bloodstone must have been larger than anyone imagined. What could have caused it to explode?
Fairly deadly blast.
I've never seen an explosion collapse on itself like that. Magic was inches from my face, and then it suddenly shot into the ground. You think a dragon was responsible?
I'm not sure yet. That's what I'm here to investigate. I want to get into that crater and find out why the blast reversed and where the magic went.
Easier said than done. The area is swarming with White Mantle. We sent a patrol, but only one soldier made it back, and she's, not well.
What's wrong with her?
She was hit with magic unlike any we've seen. On the outside, she's fine, but it twisted her inside something fierce. She can barely move. She's been raving about floating purple stone monsters ever since she got back.
Stone creatures. That rings a White Mantle bell. Can you reach the Priory and see what they know about them?
Sure thing, Commander.
Have you seen Canuck?
Who?
He's a Sylvari. Tough, but well-spoken. Medium build, a bit cranky.
Can't say that I have. But I did see Kaith run through here like a centaur on fire. She wouldn't stop for anything. Just hauled tail through the war zone and was gone like that.
Thank you. I'll let the General know you're down here.
Is it as bad as it looks down there?
It's not good. White Mantle hit in the blast, are mad with hunger for magical energy. They gather any scrap they can find.
The White Mantle? Could they have done this? And to what end?
I don't know. Maybe it was an experiment gone wrong. Maybe it was supposed to empower all of them and it went awry.
Whoever it was, we owe them our gratitude. That blast would have hit Lion's Arch, and they just rebuilt the place.
I'd hold off on the thanks until we know what their motive is. There's a Pact squad down there. They've already established a camp and are trying to get a foothold in the area.
That's what I like to hear.
Well, it's not all good news. Some other Pact members were also caught in the blast.
Just what the Pact didn't need. More dead soldiers.
They're not dead, but they've been twisted by Bloodstone magic just like the White Mantle.
They don't deserve that. They deserve peace.
I understand. I'd want the same if the roles were reversed.
Thank you, Commander.
Continue investigation. Come in. Can you read me, Commander?
Loud and clear, Timey.
Finally. There's been tons of magical interference. Been difficult to get a clean line to you. Okay, I've been going over some data coming in from the blast area, and one thing stands out. The people who were within the blast radius who, survived, they need to consume the magic to live, but the magic's also driving them more and more insane.
That must be why I've seen them snatching up Bloodstone shards.
Then they have to have a way to harvest the magic inside. I wonder how.
I'll track down where they're taking the shards for harvest and see what they're using. Commander, over.
Did you mean Commander out? It's okay. Communicator protocol takes a little getting used to. Timey out.
I'm neither here nor there. Glorious fury! Not enough endurance.
Come in, Tanya. I've liberated the artifact.
Only thing to do now is try it out. You should be able to harvest bloodstone nodes and fragments scattered by the blast.
Bennett, any update on the creature that hospitalized your scout?
We finally got a message from Priory headquarters. Hard to get a pigeon to fly through a magical storm in one piece. The description of these stone men matched an ancient weapon the Mersat and White Mantle used before the Crichton Civil War. They're called Jade Constructs. They were the Mersat's primary martial units.
Floating constructs? That sounds similar to the Exalted.
That's because they're using ancient magic from a similar origin. Or at least that's my current theory, Poobah.
Did your backpack just call you Poobah, Commander?
It's a long story. Go on, Timey.
There was a time, way back, when the Seers and the Mersat shared a lot of info. Why do you think they're all so floaty?
So is there anything that'll keep me alive in a fight against these jade things?
Remember that magical protection I told you about? That should work against Jade constructs, too. It was based on Seer research that Zinn, the founder of Rada Novus, performed during the Crichton Civil War. I highly suggest mastering it before you get in a smashy scenario with one of those Jade brutes. Good luck, time me out!
Looks like there are magical scorch marks leading this way. Protected. Who's there?
It's me, Commander.
Keith. Bennett said he saw you.
Are you...
Trying to figure out why the explosion reversed itself, and the trail led me here. Look at these marks. Could these have been made by a torrent of magic?
Possibly. You think something or someone was behind this? Or was it a natural disaster?
Seems like an awfully odd natural disaster. You saw what happened, right?
I've recently learned to not always rely on my senses. They can betray you.
This pedestal seems to be the nexus of it all. Let's look around and...
Tremor!
Incoming! Protected.
Did you see that?
That bloodstone explosion seemed to trigger some sort of magical echo.
I couldn't really tell what was happening.
Let's find some more bloodstone and see if we can recreate it. Get a clearer picture. This could give us an insight on why the blast reversed itself. Just a bunch of weapons.
Are you sure about that? Because they're glowing.
Protect. Fast as the wind. Maybe our delusion all along. Your mind will betray you. How did you end up down here?
I was returning from the grove when I saw the explosion on the horizon. I wasn't going to leave it uninvestigated.
Good work getting this deep into the crater. Must have been moving like a shadow out there.
It's what I do.
Keith, over here.
You're seeing things!
Fury rising! I apologized. Some bloodstone pieces next to this staircase. Guess this is how someone would get down here to do whatever it is our test hopefully reveals.
I guess I really wanted it to be a natural disaster. Didn't want to think about someone tinkering with so much power.
What was your business in the grove?
I was visiting the Pale Tree.
How is she after Mordremoth's death?
Ailing, but recovering. Although not well enough to give me the guidance I needed.
Sorry to hear that.
It's... back to the task at hand. Those explosions exposed some more bloodstones.
Bloodstone under this table. Protected. Fury rising! It's a note. Must have survived in this chest.
What's it say?
It was the White Mantle, all right. Apparently they've been prodding the Bloodstone for some time now, but it also hints at some sort of splintering within their group and a divisive leader. Must be Codicus.
The Legate Minister? I should stop by Divinity's Reach more often. I'm out of the loop.
Some more bloodstone here. I can't believe this operation was happening under our noses this whole time. This doesn't look good.
Commander, before we go any further, I want to clear the area.
Protect here? I don't expect any different. Your timing has always been perfect.
See, that's why I have to speak now. I know you're still upset with me, and you have every right to be. I can't take back what happened, but I can tell you I know what I did was wrong, and I'm sorry. My wild hunt, Mortimer's voice, they were tearing at each other, and sometimes I didn't know which was which. I was very confused.
I don't have enough.
And I felt like the only person I could trust was me.
That's the very time you should have leaned on your friends.
Don't you see? I didn't know who my friends were. Enemies, friends, even Fowlin. It was all grey. I wish I would have trusted you, but I didn't. And now that's in the past. All I can do is hope you'll forgive me in the future.
Keith?
You don't have to respond now. I want you to think about it, so your decision is considered.
Okay. Well, let's see if our little experiment works. Ready? I'll take care of releasing their magic.
Then what?
Then we cross our fingers that we jumpstart the magic echo and don't blow ourselves to smithereens. What was that? What happened?
Where you were standing, there was only a brilliant light, devouring magic. Then some people behind the light didn't look so lucky. These silhouettes.
They must have been vaporized by the blast.
Who would have done this purposefully?
Someone who just absorbed the lion's share of a bloodstone's worth of magic. Could have been Codicus. I have to find Canuck and warn him, if he's still alive.
Commander! Are you up there?
Sounds like someone's looking for you.
Commander, Canuck ordered us to find you. Minister Codicus is in the area.
He's alive. I need to tell him about what we just witnessed. Point me in the right direction. Keith?
You know what? I think I'll stay a moment. Maybe poke around some more.
Are you sure? Will you be okay?
It's fine, Commander. Remember? I'm a shadow.
Look at this. So pretty. Canuck, glad to see you're alive. I was afraid you'd been caught in the blast.
We almost were, but then, not.
Me too. Your troops?
Some of them are still looking for you, and the rest are forming a perimeter around this place. I wanted to deal with the Minister privately. I really only need you there to corroborate events, should they go south. Plus, I ran into these two delinquents and figured Dragon's Watch could certainly handle it.
Marjorie, Ritlock, showed up just in time to help us track down Codicus.
It was all anyone could talk about in Divinity's Reach. Canuck, you're here under the orders
Countess
of...
Anise is very concerned about Codicus's well-being. I'm to return him home, unless the innocent until proven guilty minister does something to change those plans.
She must be very hopeful your plans change.
I was instructed to be tight-lipped about it. But I will say this. Yes.
Before we find him, Codicus may have been the someone who consumed the Bloodstone's magic. If it's true, he may be a little stronger than we all remember.
If he did, we can't just let him loose on Kryda. Or maybe all of Tyria is his prize this time.
I only want to be off Anise's leash. Saving the world would just be a corollary benefit.
for Kryta!
We have
No
company.
one crosses the White Mantle!
I'll surely succeed where others fail!
Original alone.
These White Mantle guards aren't affected by the Bloodstone like the others I've fought. They must have arrived after the explosion.
Then they came with Cauticus. We're close. Watch your step.
Oh!
Whatever this place
That one
was,
snuck up on
it was
me.
meant to keep the unwary at bay.
Maybe
So close to this bloodstone. Strength has left my limbs.
Any counter magic measures up your sleeve?
Nice work, Commander. Now, if I could persuade you to take care of the others.
Countering the magic of these bloodstones returns whatever magical properties it absorbed. I know a certain big-eared Asura who'd love to be here to study this.
I heard that!
Perfect. Shields.
How do we bring him down?
These bloodstones will draw off the magic. We can catch the shields in flux.
you'll see it.
The unstable bloodstone chunks drain whatever energy gets nearby.
If the Commander is right about Cauticus absorbing bloodstone magic, that may prove handy.
Work faster! These bloodstones won't collect themselves.
Sounds like we might have something ahead.
Let me take the lead, Ritlock. I was given specific orders on how this was supposed to be executed, and I don't need you to defile it with your inclination to blindly smite.
If that's a blindfold crack.
Care to take the door, Commander? Minister Cauticus, you have obviously... Oh, he's not here. Ritlock, smite away.
My pleasure.
You'll never take him! I neither nor there. Do you actually think we'd let you take him from us?
He's not yours to keep, fanatic.
These fools must be taught their place. Magic from bloodstones empowers me! What do you have? Nothing! This is impossible! Magic. That's a clever little trick. You'll see it.
Why do you think Cauticus wanted them to collect bloodstones?
Hopefully to weigh his pockets down while he jumped in a lake.
He can't be far now. Move along, everyone.
The loose magic here has certainly turned this area into a war zone.
So, Commander, you really think Cauticus caused the blast to reverse itself?
Possibly. Keith and I found Ground Zero, and determined something or someone soaked up the lion's share of magic.
His escape does seem conveniently timed to be in the right place at the right time.
Keith, what was she doing here?
Investigating the blast. She asked I forgive her for stealing the egg and everything.
I don't know if I'd be able to. I don't think people can change that much.
Ever the cynic.
See? Point proven. I'll never change either. Ask Casimir.
It would be hard for me to blame Keith for her actions while Mordramoth was alive. But let's save the philosophical arguments until after the Minister is dealt with.
Then let's lay the man to rest.
I think you mean return him to safety.
I'll never understand human politics.
Why do I feel like I'm repeating myself? You follow my orders! I don't know where these delusions are coming from. There is one white mantle. Do you hear me? One!
Minister, I understand, but...
But... Quiet! Now tell me again what this pile of rocks can do. Are there magic words? How powerful is it? Well?
That's him, all right.
Reminds me of a boss I had at the cotton candy stands when I was younger.
Everyone ready to crash his party? Time for your foot key, Commander. Minister Codicus, you've obviously been taken prisoner by these white mantle zealots. I'm here to rescue you and return you to the royal palace.
Let's drop the charade, shall we, you ignorant leaf? I will not be returning to Divinity's Reach until I wear the crown.
So I'm clear. You're admitting you're associated with the White Mantle?
Are you quite touched? I'm their supreme leader, and they will carry me all the way to the throne of Kryta.
Commander, did you witness that?
I did.
Then by the providence granted to me by Countess Anise, I hereby pass sentence on you, Codicus Beetlestone. Today is your last day on Tyria. Allow my blade to bid you farewell.
Get them! Turn this thing on! What do you think of my latest find, Commander? It was a bit of a fixer-upper, but nothing like a bloodstone.
I believe it's safe to assume Codicus didn't absorb the Bloodstone's magic. Otherwise, he'd be down here and safe.
This thing trampled Kryta! Get in there and save it!
I don't have
Stop me! The Krytan throne was built upon White Mantle blood, and we are its rightful heirs.
You are a heretic, Codicus, and you shall lead no White Mantle, for I am their god.
What? It can't be.
I am the last Mersat. Many years ago, you knew me as Lazarus the Dire. I have returned from the brink of existence.
No! You are a false god! The White Mantle is mine! Don't listen to him!
Empty words, formed by the forked tongue of a snake. The human seat of power and its current monarch are inconsequential. We are destined to face more virtuous pursuits. My true believers, you're welcome to seek shelter in my light. To those who doubt, you're welcome to burn.
Canuck, go now!
Don't stand there with your mouth agape! Get me out of here!
Mesmers! Sorry, Montre, no offense to Kaz.
Helpful if they're on your side. Annoying if they're not. I understand.
He's gone.
I'm sorry, Canuck. However, I can help to catch him.
Doesn't look like there's any sign of Lazarus either. Or Mersat alive. We should immediately warn the Queen, but he appeared to be disinterested in Kreta.
Surprisingly different from the last time the Mersat were sticking their creepy bird feet where they didn't belong.
Marjorie, weren't you just saying something about people not being able to change?
A virtuous pursuit can mean a lot of things to a Mersat. But I'll admit, I'm curious.
Yeah, they might think it's noble to make a necklace out of your teeth.
With Codicus not displaying any signs of excess power, I think we have to assume Lazarus was the one behind the blast. We need to find him, get an idea of what he's planning to do with all that magic.
Codicus will want to hunt him down too. He won't readily surrender control of the White Mantle. One will inevitably lead us to the other.
Then this'll be a good way to start the new guild. A crisis, but hopefully not a world-ending crisis.
It's how I prefer my crises.
Commander, can you read me? I have some news.
I'm here, Timmy. What do you have?
Something possibly slightly, marginally cataclysmic. I managed to finally get detailed lay readings from the map and determined, well...
What is it?
Primordis is active.
Rare treasure.
I understand your priority will be the dragon. Mine, however, is unfortunately spoken for.
A dragon and a Mersat. Can't help but feel like we're surrounded.
Looks like it's time to test the new guild's mettle. Into the fire we go.